Thank you very much for coming to this Move, Breathe, 5-element Qigong today. We're going to have people popping on here soon. Again, thank you for everyone to keep on coming in here. Appreciate that. It's a 30-minute class today. And I will be around for questions if there's something that you need clarified afterwards. And of course, if there's nothing you need clarified afterwards, then just feel free to hop on off and we're all done. But I will be here for a few minutes afterwards in case you need clarifications on just any of the movements that we're doing. All right, let's get ourselves started here. So we're going to find our stance. And our stance is going to be, the feet are going to be hip width apart, and the toes and the feet are going to be parallel, like we're standing on railroad tracks with one foot equally going in front. Now, we just don't want the feet to be turned out too much. So if there's a little bit of a turnout and that's more comfortable for your body, go ahead, but nothing where it's extreme like this. The next thing we want to worry about also is just to make sure that the rest of the body is aligned. So one of the things we talk about are the knees will be bent the whole time. The other part is that our tail is going to slightly drop downward. So the low back feels like it's lengthening. And as best as we can, the same for the neck. The chin will pull back and down like it's lengthening. If we can hold to some of those, that's awesome. If not, don't worry. Move along with me and then keep coming back and you'll get better and better and better as we do this. Excellent. So finding our feet, 2 feet on the floor, parallel, knees slightly bent. Standing in Wu Ji. So this is a place where we're just finding the posture, making sure we're not in our left foot too much, our right foot too much, but we're balanced equally between left and right, and that the weight is not in our heels, it's not in the balls of the foot, but more centered over the arch of the foot. So you should be able to feel behind the big toe, behind the pinky toe, and the heel as an equal triangle, 2 of them, 1 for each foot. And then we're going to start our lung Qigong. So let the hands face out. They're going to come up. They're going to turn over. From here, we open. Let the hands curve and bend the knees as we kind of scoop under. Again, hands turn, straighten through the legs, curving, coming under, palms facing the sky. Hands turn, straighten the knees. Good. Now, if you feel there's a natural inhalation here and a possible natural exhalation here, that is great. If you want to work with that, that's absolutely fine. It's not required. You can just breathe naturally and normally. And over time, the body will start to ease and the breath will start to ease. So again, straightening the legs, opening the arms. Palms face up as we bring the arms together, bend the knees. Straightening, bending. So it's like opening and closing the front of the lungs as we open our arms up. And then it's like we open the back of the lungs by bringing the arms together. Straightening and bending. The amount of bending is completely up to you, what you feel comfortable with. And it feels kind of like you're sitting on a bar stool, as many of my teachers would say. You're not trying to get super deep into this. You just want to make sure that you can feel the earth push from under your feet all the way up to the head. And then as you sink, the weight gets heavier and heavier into the feet. And that's a good way to know that you're doing it well. Again, aligning ourselves over the center of the foot, which is the arch, and not being in the ball or not being in the heel of the foot. Great. Excellent. Good. One more time. Opening. Closing. So we're going to just end with this closing in our squat. Take your left hand, put it behind your back so the back of the hand rests on your low back. Now bring that open palm down to the leg. This is our right palm. And from here, we're going to do a scooping action, and you're going to feel the twist in the low back. So we scoop the hand up. The hand turns like we're looking at our watch. And then we press down like we're putting a lid on a pot. Scooping, turning, lid on the pot, bending the knees. Hand scoops, comes across our view, comes down like you're pulling water out of the earth. Across and down. Try to make sure that the low back is not swayed. So that lumbar should be pressing gently into the hand that's touching it. Also remember, nothing is ever locked. No joint is ever completely locked. Knees are bent, even when they're at their straightest. Elbows bent. Even the fingers have a slight curve to it. Again, if the breath moves with the action, you feel that's something that helps balance and root you, wonderful. But again, it's not a requirement. You can just do the motion, and over time, the breath will slowly sink. You can alternatively bring the weight to one side and then to the other side. So this action can happen just 50-50 weight, or like I'm doing now, you can shift weight from left to right. Feeling it possibly in that left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. So my speed is a suggestion only. If you feel like you have the motion a little bit, you can go ahead and slow it down if you need. We have a large community of people here working together, breathing together. And not all of us will be in the exact same speed because we're coming from different parts of our day. Good, this will be the last time on that right side. Let that hot hand just come out to the side. Switch arms. Right hand goes back. Left hand comes out, palm faces up. Let's start like we did before. Bringing that hand to the thigh, bending the knees, and then scooping up. Bringing the hand across and down. So as you see this time, I'm just keeping my weight 50-50 and using the turning of my waist. And the legs will work more like pistons here, more of just a up and down action. Or you had a large, like a ball of ice that you're carving or smoothing. And then if you feel it's available to you, you're always welcome to change the weight from right to left in the feet. So as the hand scoops to the right, you can bring all that weight to the right. And as it comes to the left, you can bring it there. A key point with when you shift weight is that you don't want the knees to be going in or out. They should be right over the top of that ankle. And you should feel the strength of the foot doing the work as best as we can. We want the arms to be relaxed and just do the shape with the strength and the power being started from the ground. It goes through the push of those legs, straightening and bending. It comes up to the waist, to the low back, and that creates a turn for the upper body to just move. Great, everyone. For those that I can see, looks wonderful. Keep working at your own pace. Remember, we have the scooping, the coming across, looking at the watch, putting the lid on the pot as we bend the knees. Let's do this a few more times. Trust that you're just doing it well. And try and have a slight smile on the face. A very gentle smile like you'd learn in my inner smile meditation class. It helps relax the energy of the body. It helps us focus too. So not a big, huge grin, but something that's very soft, and gentle. A simple lifting of the corners of the mouth and the lifting of the corners of the eyes. Great. We're going to do this 2 more times. Coming over to the left or wherever you may be. And then to the right. That was 1 more time for me. This is going to be my last time. Good. So now this time, as I bring my hand across, I'm going to simply bring it out to the front. Take that hand that's behind you, have it meet the front one. We're going to turn those palms up. And as we're going to bend the knees, we're going to bring the arms back, brushing the sides. So it's like you have a dinner tray or something here that you're ready to hold for somebody. In this next exercise, which helps our liver, we're going to do reaching, alternating reaching. So we're going to first straighten through the legs, put the right arm out, palm faces down. Now, we're going to bend the knees. The other hand's going to come forward, and there's a middle point here where the hands face each other, and our knees are bent. Then we use that opposite, which is our left hand, to then straighten, and we straighten our knees. Let's try that again slowly. Right hand comes to meet the left hand, palms facing each other. We bend the knees, and then we straighten the knees, and now that right hand goes out. Good. Bending, hands are facing each other. Left hand, straightening the knees. So we're bending, and then straighten as we reach. Bending, holding a small ball, straighten. Bending, holding a small ball, straighten. Bending, straightening. So if you feel like you kind of have this, or you sort of got it, we can add a few aspects. One aspect is as you pull the arm back, let it massage your side. Have it actually brush along the ribs. So one goes forward, the other one brushes along the side. The other aspect, again, if you feel like you have it a little bit and you don't need to watch me, you want to pick a point, any point in front of you, right where your eyesight is, and you don't want to leave it. You're going to play a little game with yourself. How long can I stay looking at this point? It's almost like you're going to reach for it and touch it. It's out in the distance. And if you even have more bandwidth, you can glare the eyes. So only the eyelids would open as if you're glaring. Very focused. Now this exercise can be done faster. One of my teachers liked to do this very fast. Another one of my teachers did it very slow. The way I see it is that every day we're a little bit different. Some days you need to work it out a little bit faster, a little bit harder. Some days you need it to be slower and gentle. Again, this is what starts to build your personal practice. Great. Reaching, straightening, bending. Reaching, straightening, bending. Just a couple more times here. Try and stay on that spot in front of you. Great. Everyone's doing a great job. What I see here, awesome. What a great community of people working together, breathing together, taking care of ourselves. All right, maybe 2 more times here. Reaching out. I've got my right hand this time. And left hand. Again, 1 more time now. Right hand. Left hand. Good. We're going to meet with both hands straight out to the front. Straighten the legs. Now, we're going to bring the hands down to the thighs, bend the knees, and then turn the palms to face up. Rest them on the thighs very gently. So this is what we call holding the lower cauldron. It's our lower posture versus the upper one we're going to see in a minute. So I'm going to go to my left here. The next one is for our heart. We lift the left hand up as if we're trying to shield the sun. Right hand comes to about where the heart is, and then it presses out. Both palms should be facing away from you. So you should see your fingernails. We're going to come back to that middle posture. Let both hands just ride the little train down here to our lower cauldron. And then we're going to do it in the opposite side, lifting and shielding with the right hand. Hand comes up to the heart and then presses. Again, coming back to our lower cauldron posture. Left hand rises, right hand comes to the heart, press. Back to the cauldron, holding, or the very large beach ball. One arm rises, that's my right. Left hand comes to the heart, press. Both hands, palms up, come down, and then left again, right to the heart, press. Down, holding the ball, the cauldron. Right hand up, left hand up, press. Both hands facing away from you, the palms. Palms face up. And then left hand, right hand, press. We're going to do this 2 more times. Right hand up, left hand to heart center and press. And we'll do this last time here. Left hand up, right hand, press. Great. Bring the hands down to holding that lower cauldron. And now we're going to meet the thumbs and the index fingers. So you have a little triangle here. And we're going to take that triangle and we're going to bring it up. So again, palms face away from us. All the way up. And it's about at where you think your own little unicorn horn would be. And now we're going to also turn left and right. And while we're in the center, this will be our transition. And that's where we're going to bend eventually. So bend the knees while you're in the center position. And now straighten them and turn to the left. And then bend the knees in the back center position. And now turn to the right. Let the eyes look up, bending in the center, straightening as you turn. Bending in the center, straightening as you turn. Bending, this is for our stomach and our spleen. Turning to the left, straightening. Bending. Great, everyone. Turning to the right. Bending in the center. Turning, eyes look up. Trying to look through your little viewfinder. Like you're trying to get the right shot, as you just saw a cloud that looks like a dragon. Back to the center. To the right. One last time, bending, and we're going to go to the left. Great. Bending in the center, staying in the center. Let the hands come down like we're holding a small ball again, palms facing each other. Knees are bent. Now we're going to bicycle the hands. So feel there might be a little energy between the hands here, a little thickness. Maybe you can just be sensitive to a little breeze in the room. And then we're going to start to bicycle them. So I'm going to turn to the side so you might be able to see this a little bit differently. Trying to make that bicycling action come from the low back. Make sure your tail is still dropped a little bit. Now, for this next part here, I'm going to turn back center. We're going to turn the left palm up, bring it behind us, and then we're going to press the palm down as I lift with the other hand up, straighten the legs, look down at the back left palm. Breathe. Feel yourself being pulled in two directions, up and down and in a twist. We're going to come back to the bicycling. So the hands can find a natural trajectory. And you're going to work with a little bit of the bicycling. Again, try and use less arms as you can. Try and have the ribs moving. It's almost like the ribs push the arms. Yeah, I see some of you. That looks much better. Fingers are extended, yet slightly curved. And then we're going to do the opposite side. So right hand, palm faces up. We bring that hand behind us. Now that right hand palm down presses, and then we lift the left hand simultaneously. Look down and back at that right hand. Breathe and feel yourself being separated two directions, all the way to the sky and all the way down to the earth. Two more times. So bicycling. Great. Now left hand, palm turns up. Bring that hand back. Take that left palm, press down as you rise with that right hand up. Look down and back at that left palm. Breathe. Feel the weight 50-50 in the legs. Try and keep the shape, but relax your muscles. Last time. Hands find their natural trajectory to bicycling. And now we're going to do that right side. So the right palm faces up. We bring it behind us. Palm of the right hand presses down. That lifts that left hand up. Look back and down. Keep a nice, strong posture. Relax the muscles, like a jacket resting on a hanger. Good. Bring both hands now to holding that lower cauldron. So the palms are facing up, knees are bent, right on the thighs. Allow the elbows to just come out a tad, so towards the screen. And now, like we're hugging a big tree, we're going to bring the arms up. Fingertips are pointing towards each other. Thumbs are going towards the ceiling. The hands are about 1.5 feet or so away from the body, the chest. The knees are slightly bent. Fingers trying to reach towards each other. Elbows almost like they're pulling away from each other. The rest of the flesh of the body, again, relaxes like a jacket on a hanger. The bones are like the hanger. It gives it shape. But the jacket doesn't work too hard. It just takes that shape. Good. We're just going to breathe here for a second. Check in. Where's your weight? Is it in the heels? Is it in the front of the foot? Or is it over the arch, where it should be? Is the tail dropped so you can feel the lumbar curve lengthen? And is that chin pulled in and back to feel the back of the neck meet the collar? Now, nothing moves except for the hands. Just the hands and the wrists turn to face down, and then they'll turn all the way to pressed out and away towards the computer screen. So these standing postures, after we move all the energy, we want to start to consolidate it a little bit. And these postures access 4 specific segments of the spinal column. And it takes strength in that aspect of the spinal column to hold here in a relaxed but strong way. Next posture. Keep the hands where they are, We just bring the elbows down like we're pushing something. This is one of my favorite postures now when we're pushing a cart at the grocery store. Obviously, the hands would be closed, but they're balanced, elbows down, incorporated into the power of the ribs. So they have some help from our flanks and from our shoulder. Breathe, relax, and sink into your body. Check in. Are you smiling a little bit? I always have to check in on that one. Sometimes I get serious about this stuff. We want to have a mind like a child, open to all possibilities. Last posture here. We're going to drop the hands, palms facing the ground. They're going to come down to where the leg meets the torso. Fingertips on a 45-degree angle. If you look at my arm, one straight line from the elbow to the fingers and down. If you had a drop of water that came off the shoulder, it would naturally and easily fall down the hands. So there's a slight outward and a slight downward posture. Make sure that the armpits are open, elbows are slightly open. Checking in with the weight. Are we over our arch? Can we feel the length of the low back? The length of the back of the neck? Relaxing. You'll feel the weight gather in the feet. The strength of the weight of the body pours down the shin bones, spreads through the bones of the feet into the ground. That's our support. And if your knees are bent, straighten them slightly. Take the center of one palm, bring it over the belly button. Take the center of the other palm, cover the belly button. And rub the belly. Doesn't matter which direction. Do it a good 9 times, because you're going to do both directions. Stirring the energy, bringing it back to the belly. The belly is a key focus in all of this work. It allows the brain to go on a slight vacation, because all of our attention comes down. Now the brain can just chill for a little bit here. And reversing that if you've already done it again. Your own pace. This is again a personal practice. Feeling the shirt, feeling the warmth of your hands that you built up throughout this practice, ending at the navel, smiling into your navel, smiling into the belly. Gratitude for yourself. Thank yourself for coming here, taking time out of your day to be with yourself in a healthful and compassionate way. Great. Hands can come down. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it. Participating as a group all over the globe right now. It makes me very happy to hear this and see this.